Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm gonna show you the best way to rush B as a T on the eco and force buy rounds in Dust 2. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and comment on what you want to see me do next. Also, if you have any questions, make sure to write them down in the comments below. And without further ado, let's get started. So let's talk about what spawns you should have in order to push B freely for eco and force buy rounds. Ideally, your spawn position should be around this area. This area is the B spawn, as I mentioned in several other videos, and it's the best for rushing B really quickly. Ideally, at least 2 of your teammates should have the spawn for a good B push. So let's talk about what you should do from every spawn that you have. Let's start from the most important spawn, the B spawn. So from the B spawn, ideally, let's say I bought a Tech 9 with armor, I should not care about anything at all. I should just be the first person running towards tunnel. I shouldn't even consider lower tunnel because CTs don't have a fast spawn enough to run that fast towards lower tunnel. No matter if they get the closest spawn, aka the first spawn as I mentioned in previous videos, they will still not be close enough to reach you because when they peek out, you will be already around this area. And throwing flashes for the first player isn't really effective because since he is the first contact, he should always be out with a weapon. So in my opinion, unless you really want to throw a flash that you have and it's really effective like these ones, then maybe you can throw it. However, in my opinion, running with the Tech 9 or any other weapon is way safer for the person who has the first contact. Now let's talk about the mid spawn players. The mid spawn players usually need to rush behind them and they should be sometimes paranoid about lower tunnel. If you want to play it safe, you should always rush around from the tunnel and just check this corner really quickly and then rush. However, if you're going for a full really fast execute, you still need to run through and check, in my opinion, because it's just way safer. And if there's someone behind you running as well, you can call for them to check the position. When it comes to mid spawn players, they're the best to throw the flashes because they set up the B spawn players for a perfect rush. So ideally, you should just throw this flash while running because it's a momentum flash. You just run quickly and throw it. It's a very simple lineup. You just have to run and look at this gap between the woods, and when you reach the end of the wooden gap, then you just simply jump run. This flash is pretty effective because it catches CTs off guard oftenly since it's a very high flash, and it just forces them to turn behind or hide so they don't get flashed. So in my opinion, if you want to rush quickly and throw a pretty decent flash, this is one of the best ones you can do. When it comes to long spawn players, they can do one or the other. They can do one thing, which is the original strat, just following their teammates, and when they are following your teammates, they just quickly end up at the end of this tunnel, and by then, CTs from lower tunnel can definitely push you out. So in my opinion, the best thing to do for long spawn players is just to hide and lurk. However, they can follow up with their teammates, they're just gonna be really late. The second strat for the long players is a bit more riskier, however it is really effective nowadays because people just don't expect it at all. You just quickly rush towards middle and you're not afraid to get shot by the op. You should just run out with your knife to just bait out the shot quickly, and then you just quickly run towards lower tunnel and then reach it from behind, and then you can quickly clear lower tunnel and then you can just simply rush with your team. So now let's talk about the process itself. If tunnel gets mollied, usually the first or the second players need to smoke tunnel before entering B site. However, if the first player runs through and doesn't molly it, he will receive some damage unless his teammate throws the smoke very early. So overall, it's ideal to throw the smoke off early because then you won't have to wait for the smoke to light out. If you want to smoke the molly, ideally you can just aim more to the right under this B site sign, aim around here, and while running you just throw the smoke. It's better to light off the molly early because then you can enter towards tunnel with your weapon out so you don't have to change in between weapons. If tunnel gets smoked, then you can do one or the other play. The first play is throwing a nade. You can just simply throw the nade. If tunnel is smoked, you just have to aim at the bottom of the tunnel so the nade lands in the middle of the smoke. You can also just stand here before pushing and then throw the nade. Or instead, you can throw a flash. You can stand in the same corner as I showed with the nade and then aim at the top of this lamp. This flash is very easy to throw and it does not require much to blind CTs. You can also throw this flash. Just stand close to this brick pole and then aim at the top right of the tunnel close to this corner, and then you need to run until you reach this box. This flash is good because it doesn't blind your teammates while they are pushing in tunnel, so that means that they can push without having to turn around and then push through the smoke while the CT needs to cover himself from the flash. If tunnels are smoked, the middle players can also just throw the same flash over and over again. This flash is also good for pushing through the smokes. If you want to smoke double doors, then you can stand in the middle of this box and then aim at this gap's lowest corner, aim a bit higher up, and then throw the smoke. However, keep in mind when the smoke lands, it does cover up the inner part of the B side. That means that CTs from the other side can just push through double doors and stand on positions like these and try to support their teammates. However, you just need to quickly run towards tunnel, and the main idea is to stick together while also scrambling out towards site. The more players are rushing together, the easier it will be to force one person or two people who are playing in this position to kill them. And then you have a pretty decent site. If you forced in the round, then you can just quickly throw simple smokes like so, and then you can simply plant the bomb and play for a simple post plant position. And in the post plant position, you can just play in several different corners like I showed in past videos. You can play close up to window, in here, close to double door, or on the other side of double door. You can also play in car, but as I mentioned, it's a bit more risky because of mollies and etc. One of you should be holding a flank ideally, while the rest just hold the side itself. Thank you everyone for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, write down in the comments below on what you want to see me do next. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya.